Aging, we like to think, is a numbers game, a slow and steady countdown of birthdays, candles, and cartilage. But if you zoom in past the wrinkles and gray hairs, something stranger is happening. Your body doesn't age just because time passes. It ages because your hormones start behaving like moody roommates, irregular, disruptive, and prone to setting metaphorical fires in your mitochondria. Forget your calendar. The real question might be, are your hormones aging you faster than time? At the center of this hormonal drama sits the adrenal gland, those two little walnut-sized powerhouses perched on your kidneys that basically act as your body's emergency broadcast system. They pump out cortisol, the famous stress hormone, which is helpful in small doses and deeply destructive in chronic ones. For many people, especially in midlife, cortisol stops working like a thermostat and starts acting more like a blowtorch. Whether it's the constant work emails, aging parents, economic anxiety, or just existential dread sprinkled on top, modern life keeps the adrenal glands stuck in the on position. The result? Chronic low-grade inflammation, muscle breakdown, poor sleep, and metabolic chaos. If your body were a machine, cortisol is the internal acid that slowly erodes the gears. But cortisol doesn't work alone. It's part of a broader hormonal cascade where one domino tips the next. High cortisol contributes to insulin resistance. Your cells start ignoring insulin's signal, leading to rising blood sugar and eventually metabolic syndrome or type 2 diabetes. Chronically elevated insulin, in turn, feeds into inflammation and oxidative stress, which age your tissues at the cellular level. It also affects fat storage, especially visceral fat, the kind that wraps around your organs and functions like an inflammation factory. So yes, those love handles may be more like sabotage handles, metabolically speaking. And we haven't even gotten to the sex hormones yet. Estrogen and testosterone don't just regulate reproductive function, they influence bone density, muscle mass, brain health, and even immune function. In women, estrogen begins its slow exit around perimenopause, often beginning in the early 40s and accelerating by the early 50s. This hormonal shift affects collagen synthesis, fat distribution, cardiovascular resilience, and even mood. The drop isn't gentle, it's a cliff. Men aren't off the hook either. Testosterone levels decline about 1% per year after age 30, which may sound slow until you realize what it affects: motivation, muscle mass, libido, energy, and cognitive sharpness. The hormone drop-off doesn't just make people feel old, it makes them old, biologically speaking. These hormonal shifts don't happen in isolation. They orchestrate, collide, and amplify one another's effects. When estrogen falls, inflammation rises. When cortisol rises, immune function falls. When insulin climbs, energy plummets. And this feedback loop becomes a biological echo chamber that accelerates wear and tear across every organ system. Skin thins. Bones become brittle. Sleep grows fragmented. The brain becomes more vulnerable to neurodegeneration. It's a cascade of slow-motion betrayals, all starting in the endocrine system. But if hormones are one of aging's accelerators, they're also a lever. Emerging research is showing that by modulating hormone levels, or at least supporting hormonal balance, we may be able to slow some of the biological wear associated with aging. For some people, that might mean carefully monitored hormone replacement therapy, HRT, which has been shown to protect bone density and cardiovascular health in select populations. For others, it's about lifestyle, because nothing crashes your hormonal balance faster than chronic sleep deprivation, ultra-processed food, sedentary behavior, or unrelenting stress. Interventions like strength training, which boosts testosterone and improves insulin sensitivity, time-restricted eating, which lowers insulin, adaptogens like ashwagandha or rhodiola, which may moderate cortisol, and sleep hygiene, which affects everything, all play a role in supporting your internal hormone orchestra. These aren't just wellness buzzwords. They're biochemical nudges that keep the hormonal gears turning smoothly rather than grinding your biology down. So while you can't stop time, you can stop acting like it's the main villain. The real culprits are likely circulating inside you right now, fluctuating from moment to moment, pulling strings on metabolism, mood, muscle tone, and mitochondrial energy. Your hormones are the hidden narrators of your aging story. And if you learn to listen and intervene, you may just rewrite the ending.